this one's a mixed box, but there's only one thing of interest in here. Yes. So we got that stuff. Oh, there's one thing of other interest that I like, and that the tree huggers hate. I got some more trisodium phosphate to add to my laundry detergent. But the main star of the show is that thing. So, if this channel was monetized, my Noco GBX 45 would be considered my my cash cow, because I have hundreds of views every month. So I had a comment. I had another YouTuber comment to me about this HyperJuice. So he says he bought this HyperJuice, and this is a 66 watt PD power charger, and he bought the brand new unused GBX 45. So what he said is that when he tried to charge it, you know, for the first time, because when they come ship it to you, of course they come half charged. So I've drained this to about half charged. So he says when he hooked up his HyperJuice, and this is one of them fancy GaN chargers. It's supposed to be, you know, smaller, lighter, faster, better, stronger. So he says that when he hooked it up to his factory Noco USB-A to USB-C charger, it did not want to charge. So him and I, we went back and forth, and tried to get him to try a different charger to see if this thing would accept any charge, to try to eliminate if either his HyperJuice was defective or the Noco was defective. So the way he had it described, he would plug this in and there was nothing, not even a 5-volt charge. Because if you charge this up, you know, with a regular charger, it'll charge at 5 volts and it will take hours to recharge this. I think if you were to charge this by just regular 5 volts, even at half charge, I think it takes about 4 to 5 hours to charge this thing. Where you blast it with a PD power charger, 65 watts or greater, that it only takes probably sometimes under 20 minutes to recharge this thing. So these little guys are, they got some weird technology in there. They're supposed to be smaller in size and all that other good stuff to, you know, make something different. So you can say, well, this one's better than the other. So I had a video on my Noco series about, do you gotta buy their little bit way overpriced charger to recharge your Noco at, you know, fast speeds? And I clearly proven that no, you don't. I got this Anchor 65 watt charger, and it lights up the little PD power light here. So if it's not 65 watts or greater, it won't even activate that. It just stays at, you know, 5 volts and all that other good stuff. So here's the little charger. You know, and they say it's smaller, lighter, faster, better. Well, here's the Anchor, and it's, you know, actually the Anchor is a little smaller than the HyperJuice. So, and it's one of them little football guys, you know, jamming in the wall, and guys, gives you 3 ports. You know, USB-C at 65 watts. Then you get a second USB-C at 65 watts, but you don't get 65 watts if you use 2 cables together. And then you got your USB-A, which is, you know, whatever wattage, blah, blah, blah. So I said to the YouTube commenter, I says, it's interesting enough where I would consider on buying one of these things just to try to recreate the problem. So eventually, I decided to buy one of these things just to see. And it never hurts to have, you know, one too many chargers, you know, on your arsenal. That's adult proof, where you can't get the accessories out. And I think that's all that's in here is just the silly little country adapters. In a minute, I would just tear the box right off. So that's all that's in the little accessory box. It's just your adapters for that kind, and that kind, and that kind, but they're all useless to me. So that was one of the biggest reviews on this particular charger. It's like, it's a waste of money to have to pay for all of them adapters when you're here in North America or Canada and you just use the standard two-prong burner here. So it is what it is. So we're going to plug this in to power. So we'll use a cord here. And we're going to use the Noco, and the Noco does have the Noco branding on it, so we know it's official. Because I had to ask the guy, I says, does the charger, because I took this out of the bag that it was in after I got that nice case for it, and I just threw it, and I found it on the dryer buried, because I was looking all over the place. Where the hell did I put it? I don't know. So I got so many USB A to C cables now, it doesn't really matter to me which another one. So now we're going to just slam this in, because the aftermath is that he got it to work, the YouTube commenter, and he says that he used USB-C to USB-C in the same HyperJuice. And then as soon as he plugged it in, it worked. So we're going to plug this one in, because I said to him, well, maybe you got a bad cord. So I don't know. And yes, I have successfully recreated his issue. So the little light on here, it's just a status indicator that you got power running through this, and it's charging very slowly. It is charging. So you can see that second red indicator light slowly fading in and out. But there's no PD light. So we're not taking full advantage of the power. So maybe this cable is no good. So this is a good video to put out to let the community out there, to inform them that I have verified that the Noco cable that's included with the kit does not charge at PD power, you know, the protocol. So of course what he said is that he used his regular USB-C to USB-C cable, and then the light came up. That says okay. So we will recreate that here. And yes, I have recreated what the fellow YouTuber got, is that now the power delivery light is on. So we do know that the HyperJuice and the Noco are compatible. So now the next thing is, can we get another USB-A to USB-C cable to work? So I have one here that's brand new. So we will plug the this little guy in. So we'll plug him in to the HyperJuice. And we will plug him into the Noco. And that one does absolutely nothing, which I have run into on occasions. So we will flip the cable, and there is absolutely nothing. So cable does matter. So if you have an issue, try a different cable. So that cable does not work. So now we will get a regular USB-A to USB-C. So here we have a basis. So we will try that. And that one does nothing too. That is interesting. So I wonder if there's some kind of weird communication issue going on. Because it's completely dead. There's no lights, there's nothing. So that's interesting. Very interesting. So we are debunking this issue. Where'd you come from? So now, let's try another USB-A to USB-C cable. That's another generic one. And this one is a Rode. So we'll check out, first we will check out that other generic cord. And stick him in there. And this one works. So cords do matter for whatever reason, but we do not have power delivery. So you can see the power delivery light is not on. Interesting. So cords do matter for generic charging or slow speed charge. And now we use here's a Rode. So as you can see, it says Rode. So we will plug this in. So we are charging at slow speed, but we don't have power delivery. Interesting. So it appears to me that USB-A to USB-C charging, and depending on the cable, you may or may not get it to charge at all. So don't be surprised if you plug your USB-A cable in, like your Noco one, to your HyperJuice here, that all you get, and for me, I get the slow speed charging. But like I proved earlier, that, and the other YouTuber did, that if you go from C to C, you get your PD power charging. So that's 19 volts at 2.7 amps. And you can see the light's on. And it doesn't come on, straight away when you plug it in. So there's a little bit of a delay before that light comes on. See, it's about 2 seconds, 3 seconds or something like that. So there. So an interesting little video on charge cables on your HyperJuice. Unfortunately, my Anchor does not have a USB-A port. It's just C to C. So buyer beware that, don't be surprised if you have this particular type of charger and if you use a USB-A to USB-C cable, you get two scenarios. A, it's completely dead, or two, you get slow speed charging. Then you have to go to USB-C to USB-C to get power delivery. So maybe it's just this charger. I don't know, because I don't have a different high-speed charging apparatus here. But I can try a power bank that's 140 watts to see if this will charge at PD power delivery. So I will get that, and then we will try this experiment again, because it seems kind of odd that and it could be just a communication issue with the charger not wanting to charge at power delivery. So then you have to it makes you kind of wonder, is my charger broke? Is my cable broke? Or, you don't know. It's kind of the Wild West of charging situation here with these Nocos and chargers. So this is my Anchor Series 7 140 watt. So we will try the USB-A cable of the Noco to see if we get power delivery. So I am charging, but I don't have power delivery charging. With that particular cable. So now we'll try another cable here. We'll try the generic one again. That's the Rode. So one of these cables worked and one of these cables did not work. So it is charging, but not at power delivery mode. So here's the other generic cable. And this cable, just like when I plugged it into the adapter, is completely dead. There's no life, no charging, and the power bank shows no wattage going out. So that's interesting. So let's try plugging it into a regular like car charger. That's a quick charge 3, and it's dead. So that's dead. And I do know this cable works because I've used this to, I use this to charge my roads. So I do know it's a working cable. So here's the official road, USB-A to USB-C. And it's charging at standard rate, because you can see that the power delivery light is not on. And then from just like the mains to whatever, being a wall wart type, we'll go from C to C. Of course, this one automatically detects, and boom, power delivery. So that's a good, this is a good public service video for your Nocos. You will, unless it's different with the Noco charger, but why do you want to pay their prices, their inflated prices for their particular charger? Because I think I mentioned this Anchor and the HyperJuice. I think they're over half the price, you know, less than half the price of a Noco official charger. So maybe there's some kind of wacky communication thing with just their chargers with USB-A to C. Don't know. I have no intentions on buying their overpriced charger just to demonstrate, but it's a good public service thing here to just let the consumer know that if you have a any kind of a Noco that's capable of power delivery, quick charging, that your stock or any USB-A to USB-C cable will not quick charge it. You have to use a USB-C to USB-C. And maybe that's by design. I don't know. There's no documentations or anything like that. So we have officially concurred that if you have a quick charge power delivery Noco, that you're going to have to charge it via USB-C to USB-C, and basically your stock USB-A to USB-C is just a slow charge. So there you go. We have exhausted all the possibilities. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.